All right, welcome back to Questionable Locks. Join again, or all right, welcome back to Questionable Block. Here, you want to say it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me. My KFC just got here. I'm not going to eat right now. I'm just going to go grab it.
Okay. All right, maybe I'll say it while I'll hopefully get it while you're gone. All right, welcome back to Questionable Locks. I'm Ryan. I'm being joined by Morris. He's going to get his fucking KFC, I guess. But yeah, last week it was a pretty boring schedule. It was a pretty boring week. But we gave a prediction for each game, and we were right for the most part, I would say.
Yeah, and I got my KFC, so I'm all good for this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
You're good now. Yeah, so Chiefs beat the Raiders. I mean,
it was definitely a lot closer of a game than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but I mean, Raiders jumped out to a 17-0 lead to start.
But it's the Chiefs, man. You can't ever count them out.
No, you can't count out the Chiefs. But it's just, it feels like the Raiders have been doing that a lot this year.
Makes you wonder if it's like coaching style or what. Like, Coach McDaniels, is he not coaching the guys to finish, or is it just that they think they got it?
I'm in a group chat with Raider fans, and they all want McDaniels' head. They want his head. Not him to be fired. They want his head.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Taysom Hill.
Looking like a guy. He always looks like a guy. He's a dude.
It's just when they decide to use him. I mean, how many fucking tugs did this man have last week? He had, that's Geno Smith, who also had a good fucking week. But Taysom Hill, 1 passing touchdown, 3 rushing. This man scored all of their touchdowns, just about all their touchdowns.
I think he did, because that's only, yeah.
Andy Dalton got 1.
Andy Dalton, but it was receiving touchdown.
A passing one.
It was another thing. Was it Taysom's receiving touchdown?
Did he? No, he didn't have a receiving touchdown. He had rushing and 1 passing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then so I think what's his name from the Texans looked like a dude this week too. Their running back
from the Texans. Oh, Damien Piece.
Yeah, he was looking like a dude out. He's a guy. Dude. He looked pretty good out there.
He did.
And then honestly, I think the last thing from last week to recap is Devontae Adams getting a police report, getting a charge filed against him. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I mean, the shove looks so light.
Okay, I still haven't seen the shove.
It's honestly nothing. I think it's one of those things where I honestly don't think anything's going to come out of it. I think it's just a bunch of smoke in the media right now, but
because of what fucking happened a couple weeks ago with Bobby Wagner.
Exactly, but
so everybody's just all up in arms, hot, ready to sue.
Yeah, obviously, if you're playing in the NFL, you can't get mad at a camera guy. But I mean, at the same time, like I said, it literally wasn't anything. Nothing's gonna happen to Devontae except for maybe a 1-game suspension, which wouldn't be good for the Raiders. But nothing's been confirmed by the league yet. The league hasn't said anything about it. So,
but yeah, basically, the Dolphins suck without Tua.
Yeah.
The Falcons actually kept it close with the Bucks. But they lost. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking that they could win that one. Chargers beat the Browns.
Which interesting.
Oh fuck!
The
Lions hurt me.
Yeah,
I thought the Lions were gonna smoke the Patriots, and they got fucking shut out.
To be fair, I did too.
I know we were so high on the Lions. We were riding the MCDC hype, but the man's 1-3.
It's still a rebuild, though. That's the thing. He's still rebuilding.
Belichick, yeah.
He's still rebuilding, but the Chargers, this would be a completely different conversation because of that game. The Chargers almost blew because of a questionable call by I forget what their head coach's name is, but he almost blew it. He made a questionable call, and if it wasn't for the Chargers, if it wasn't for the Browns being the Browns, Chargers might have lost that game. It was a lot closer.
But the thing is, the Chargers have always been the team that's right there and then blows it. So it was basically a immovable object versus an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
One of them had to blow it.
Yeah. And it was almost the Chargers, but I mean, they're just a better they're just a better team than the Browns. So
They
it's
are.
a good thing they
I
do.
mean, they have a motherfucker called Justin Herbert.
Yeah. But other than that,
Austin Eckler's alive again.
yeah.
So
But I mean, other than that, week 5 was pretty much how we said it was going to go, except for the only game that I think really surprised us was the Giants, Packers,
and the Lions.
and the Lions. Yeah, that too. Those are the only 2 games that kind of surprised us. But other than that, there's not too much else to be said. So we're not really doing a recap this week. So we're just kind of going to jump
that was
into
a recap. That was a recap. We said we weren't going to recap, but that was basically a recap.
That was basically our recap. So with that being said, we're going to jump into an actual exciting week of football. At least it should be.
I mean, I'm not looking at an exciting Thursday night. The Commanders, the Bears.
It's either Carson. It's either going to be Carson has one of those games that makes you still think he's worthy of being a starting NFL quarterback, or Justin Fields is going to run all over the Commanders defense.
Or neither happens, and we have another shitty Thursday night game.
Yeah, which is probably the most likely option.
I still think the Commanders take it because the Bears' defense isn't that good. Their offense isn't good. The Commanders' defense isn't good, but at least their offense is inconsistently good.
Yeah, exactly. All because they have an inconsistent quarterback. I mean, I still think they should probably give Taylor Heineke some more chances. I like that dude.
Yeah, Heineke's sick. I am a Heineke guy, but you've seen like what I feel like his ceiling is, and his ceiling is still lower than Carson Wentz's ceiling, even though he might be a little bit more consistent than Wentz.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so then next up, because that's so boring, there's nothing really to comment about that. Giants, Ravens. Ravens should.
Yeah, the Ravens should win this one, but this is what we were fucking saying last week about the Packers.
Yeah.
Except for
the Giants looking like, they're looking a lot better. Their head coach is a dog. I'm going to still stick with the Ravens just because, but you know what? I'm going to start thinking other ways if the Giants upset them. I don't think the Ravens are going to get upset this week, though.
I mean, I'd seen something on Twitter today where it said that the Giants have now beaten both of the number 1 seeds from the AFC and the NFC last year, which is kind of hard to call them frauds after that. But at the same time, neither one of the Texans or the Packers are nearly as good as they were last year, I feel.
Or no, Titans. I thought the Titans were the number 1 seed last year.
Did I say the Texans?
Yeah, you said the Texans.
Oh, what the fuck? Texans sure as fuck were not the number 1 seed.
Yeah, no, the Titans, no one's looking like the number 1 seed as they were last year, but I don't know. The Giants could get an upset, but honestly, I don't personally see it happening. They do it, I'm going to start thinking differently after this week, but I don't know. All right, so next up we got Jaguars, Colts. Give me the Jags.
The Jags. I mean, they kicked their ass earlier on the year. I could see it being a little bit closer. I don't think that they're going to get shut out again.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Jaguars are going to put up another 23 spot. But
yeah,
fucking
Colts are just dead.
The AFC South, they suck. Both teams suck. But it's got to be the Jaguars. I mean, Trevor Lawrence at least shows life.
Yeah.
I mean,
they got Doug Peterson.
Dude couldn't motivate you to save your life. I mean, come on, let's play with some swag.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, is what it is. Colts are dead, so give me the Jaguars.
All right, next game we got the Patriots and the Browns. And I'm not going to make the same mistake that I made last week. I'm not going to fade Belichick.
Yeah.
It's over the fucking Browns. Zappy is proven to be adequate, and Ramondre Stevenson came to life.
And you got a Bill Belichick defense, so give me the Patriots. Yeah. Bengals Saints. This is a hard one because if the Bengals play like how they should
run away with it.
They should run. The Bengals should, but the problem is they haven't played that well throughout the season so far. So
no, they haven't, but I still see them taking it. I'm
gonna go with the Saints.
The Saints play one-on-one coverage. Either Lockett or not Lockett. Lockett torched them last week, but either Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, or Tyler Boyd are going to spring free on all these one-on-ones that the Saints like to play.
Yeah. But if they're able to utilize Taysom Hill like they did last week, I see the Saints taking it. I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one.
Okay. I just decided to look at the points, how much the Bengals were favored by or not favored by, or how much they were underdogs by, I guess. They're only 2-point favorites. So, I mean, I still think the Bengals are going to take this one. Joe Burrow. That's all I'm going to say. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
No, it's definitely a hard pick for me, but like I said, if they're able to utilize Taysom Hill like they did last week, and Andy Dalton doesn't.
I mean, Taysom Hill, you can't expect that from him every fucking week.
Yeah, but
he has a dog,
know.
but like he has like 2 or 3 of those games every week or every year, and then just disappears. It feels like.
Yeah, but like I said, I still like the Saints. Oh well. All right, next up, Buccaneers.
Bucks are gonna kick their ass.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
is gonna be the first time. This is gonna be the first time in Mike Tomlin's career where he has a losing record.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett clearly isn't there. They're not going to go back to Mitch because that'll just ruin Pickett's confidence at this point. Najee can't break anything loose because their offensive line is terrible. And didn't Minkah Fitzpatrick just get hurt?
I think so. I think he got hurt against the Bills. So yeah. I mean, Steelers are definitely entering not a full rebuild, but they definitely have a little bit of rebuild, especially without TJ Watt. It's definitely showing that they have some holes on that defense. They need to improve. You can't have your whole defense rely on one guy.
Yeah,
I can understand.
They had a good secondary, but like that, all their pressure came from one guy.
Yeah, exactly. If you have 2 or 3 guys leading your defense, that's okay. One guy, technically 2 with Minkah, but he's a safety. There's only so much he's going to be able to do. Yeah, give me the Buccaneers. I think they're going to walk away with this one.
I don't even need to go into why for the Bucks. I just gave you every reason for why not with the Steelers.
Exactly. So,
and then next up, the 49ers and the Falcons. I think the 49ers keep rolling. Their defense is elite. They've scored in each of the past 2 games. I won't be surprised if they get Mariota to cough one up at some point in this game.
Oh, maybe 2.
And as long as I know he hasn't been much of a factor this year, but if we keep Kyle Pitts in check and not let Drake London just go over the top on us, I think we could hold the Falcons to not points. And as long as Jimmy just continues to be relatively competent, this shouldn't even be a game.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got Jets, Packers. This is a tough one because of how both teams have been playing lately with Milf Wilson.
And even when
Wilson back.
And when Saleh was the defensive coordinator in San Francisco, he would always shut down, or not always, but he would decently contain Aaron Rodgers. So you figure he could go with a similar recipe just without having to worry about the threat of Devontae Adams.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna have to take the Jets on this one.
I don't know if I can take the Jets, but I want to. But that I feel like that would just be holy shit. Stop fucking texting me. All right, fuck, dude. God, that just flustered me now.
But you were saying
I don't think I feel like I would only be taking the Jets because of a bias towards Saleh and Zach Wilson banging Mills. What the fuck?
Mr. Popular over here.
Dude, it's the same person. I mean, they don't know that I'm fucking recording right now, and I don't know how to mute it from my laptop.
Oh, I hate that. That's why I put in a little AirPod so that way my laptop can't hear it.
All right, I'm still riding with the Packers. That's what I'm just trying to get out there.
All right. Vikings, Dolphins. Give me the Vikings.
Vikings. It's not a prime Kirk Cousins. It's a 1 a.m. Eastern time. That is prime Kirk Cousins. Some people play better in prime time. Kirk Cousins plays better at 1 in the afternoon Eastern time.
And without two on the Dolphins, it's hard to take them.
Yeah, I
It
mean they
just
have
is.
Teddy B,
Yeah, but
but he does.
dude is made of paper mache. He gets hurt, then who do you
Yeah.
have? Then who do you have? So Panthers, Rams.
Rams. They just lost to the Cowboys last week. There's no way that they're going to drop 2 in a row if they want to stay in the NFC West.
And also the Panthers, they
Just terrible.
and they just fired Matt Rule on Monday.
Well, honestly, that could be reasons why you should like them as an underdog.
Yeah, they are likable as an underdog, but who are they going to start at quarterback this week? You know, it's hard to go back to Baker.
Corral.
It's even harder to put Sam Darnold as a starter.
Matt Corral.
Matt Corral, baby. It's his time to shine.
I mean, why not? The Panthers are what, 1-4?
Yeah.
And Baker Mayfield has one of the worst QBRs in NFL history.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, you're either going to give the ball to Darnold or you got to go to Matt Rule. Or not Matt Rule, fucking Matt Corral.
Yeah. So let's see. Up next, we got the Cardinals, Seahawks.
It's an NFC West matchup. These ones are always so weird. It's probably going to be like a 23-16 game for the Seahawks.
I could see where either team wins. I'm going to take the Cardinals just because they're a little bit better of a built team. But at the same time, if you have Kyler pulling this.
You just think that Cliff Kingsbury is hotter than fucking Pete Carroll.
I mean, yeah, probably. No, but I mean, at the same time, too, you have Kyler Murray who's going. I mean, last week, I don't know if you saw, but it's like he rushed on 3rd down, gets a yard short of the first, and then tries to spike it on 4th. Like, what are you doing, guy?
Yeah.
As an NFL quarterback, you can't be making those kind of mistakes, especially against.
I know you're saying the Cardinals, but you got to think of how well Geno Smith has been playing lately.
That is true. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he torched the Lions 2 weeks ago. That is what it is. But then to torch the fucking Saints the next week, I mean, they still lost, but he had a hell of a game.
Like I said, this is a hard one to pick, especially because, like you said, NFC matchup. I could see both teams winning. I don't necessarily see the Cardinals being able to handle Kyler's rushing ability. So I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I don't know about what you're thinking.
I just said Seahawks because Geno's rolling.
Yeah. Okay.
Geno's rolling. And Pete Carroll, he's more like a granddad, a hot granddad. Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury is just like the dude that got the job because he was hot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next up, game of the season, probably right here. Bills Chiefs.
I mean, that's what everybody was thinking about, the Ravens and Bills game, and then that one ended up being a little bit of a stinker. Although, I mean, it wasn't a stinker because the Ravens got out to the hot start. Bills looked defeated, and then all of a sudden, second half, they rally all the way back to win it.
I think it's also a little bit harder because the Bills have 3 starters out this week on defense.
Yeah, that is true.
So
they're missing a lot of their defense, honestly.
Yeah, as much as I like with that Bills defense being down, I think I'm gonna have to take the Chiefs on this one, even though I really want to take the Bills.
The Bills are a juggernaut. I mean, both teams are juggernauts. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But the Bills, like I've been saying, besides that Dolphins game, one of the best teams. I'm never gonna go against the Bills until they show me a reason really to.
I just think the Chiefs are just too
Bills Mafia.
Chiefs Kingdom.
Bills Mafia.
All right. Next up, we got
more times I win. All right, Cowboys Eagles. This
is a hard one. In division matchup.
An NFC Beast matchup.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be like a 12-9 game.
The Eagles keep playing.
Expect points.
I mean, if the Eagles keep doing what they've been doing these past couple weeks, definitely give me the Eagles. but I could also see where the Cowboys take this just because of this rivalry they have, everything that goes into it. I could see the Cowboys taking
need
it.
to be Micah Parsons plays like an absolute freak, and that defense gets pressure.
Exactly.
But
So I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, I think the Eagles keep flying. They have one of the easiest schedules in football. I don't really see Jalen Hurts getting outdone by Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
So fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
GLES. Eagles.
Let's go, baby.
All right, then this one's gonna really hurt me again. The Chargers and the Broncos. Broncos are in prime time yet again.
They had so much hype with Russell Wilson for nothing. Definitely taking the Chargers. I would like to say I could see somewhere the Broncos taking this. They have a very good defense, but no.
If they're gonna win this, it's gonna be another like 12-6 game. It's gonna be maybe a 17-10. If we're lucky, it'll be like a 17-10 game.
But it's also like Austin Eckler keeps rolling like he was last week. Ain't no way. Chargers should have this.
But at the same time, can Russ start cooking? If Russ cooks, this game could actually be really exciting. But if we keep seeing the same Russ that we've seen the first month of the season, this game is going to be another boring, low-scoring game.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to see what happens with Russ, but give me the Chargers.
All right, that will do it for this week's episode of Questionable Locks. I'm Ryan. This is Morris. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a couple comments, fucking let us know what you got to say about the games. We're just a couple fucking idiots. But until next week, later.
Hopefully we'll get to make a little bit longer of an episode next week. It's just these games they're going to definitely be a lot more interesting than last week, but at the same time, they're still pretty predictable. I don't think we're going to see anything too special out of this upcoming week.
I mean, the Bills Chiefs are going to be exciting. The Cowboys Eagles is always, it's always tight. It's always a tight game.
Yeah.
There's a storyline behind the Giants and the Ravens, at least.
Definitely going to be a lot better week of football than last week, though. That's for sure. Last week was pretty
bad.
Pretty mid. Pretty bad. No, it was bad. Not even mid. It was bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it. I'll catch you next week, Morris.
Later. This was our shortest episode, but
definitely.
But without
we didn't really do a full recap.